But Nation, the Morning Loop, we're going to get this one started right now.
Good morning, Business Athlete Nation. Welcome back to the lab. Another loop, another chance to prove you did not hit snooze. Keith, John, Marty, crew, community, consider this your roll call. If you are breathing and caffeinated, you are on the roster. John, real question. Sleep score above 60 last night, or should the nation expect lower frequency bullhorn mode from you this morning? Today's conversations hit everything. Fatherhood, masculinity myths, mental health pressure, and what AI leadership looks like. We will talk about young men burning out, fathers fighting for sobriety, and kids getting coached by teddy bears instead of dads. So buckle up, fellas. Mornings in the Lab is open. Keith and John take this beautiful chaos and run the play.
Good morning, Johnny. Hey, Melissa, Jimmy, where are those topics I put into the box this morning? I had some topics there from last night. We had the Chinese AI create. There's a few topics from yesterday, some crazy shit, man, that I can't find them here. So if you guys can find those for me, that'd be awesome. I put them in the conversation desk for us yesterday. Johnny, what's shaking, brother?
What's up, brother? How are you?
I'm awesome. Had little fumbles on the tech this morning, but we're good and we're here and we're after it.
Did you get my text?
I did. Yeah, I got it as I was trying to re-emerge myself back into the show here today. But yeah, you were stuck on the bidet.
What's that?
You were stuck on the bidet, the bidet.
I was trying to get a couple things done, because if I got a few things done before Terry got up, I could stay all the way till my normal time. If I didn't get it done, I was gonna have to go early. So I like, you know what? I'll make the couple minute trade now for 25 minutes later.
Yeah, look at you, organized guy, this morning. Look at you, organized guy. Yeah. So Melissa, Jim, I put some stuff from X yesterday. It was about the craziness happening with they're in the conversation desk from yesterday. I put them in there yesterday. They should be in the conversations. They are absolutely. There's 2 or 3 topics. I'm not sure why they're not there this morning. That was my big show topics for today, actually. So, Johnny, how was the weekend? How was the Baja 1000?
Yeah, it was good. I'm trying to think. It was we were out there from like 2 p.m. Yeah. Terry and I stayed until like 7. But the guys that were with our guests, they stayed up till like 9:30.
Oh, so, yeah.
Because it was, we're in a pretty cool spot. We're at a place where it's kind of random where you go, because we always go to the closest spot on the track.
Okay.
This spot actually had a pit.
Oh, fun. Yes, absolutely.
So they were coming in and they were pitting, which means, they're blazing in there, right? And then they're pitting. So they actually, they're really cool, and the teams are cool as hell. So you could go over and look at these guys pitting, which was cool. So it's like being able to walk up and watch a fucking stock car or Indy car, watching those guys fucking run around and do crazy shit.
Yeah, it is
changing
cool.
Tires and
yes.
One team I don't know what they were doing, but they ripped a motor apart, had it back together in 10 minutes.
And it's fucking just fast, eh?
Out in the fucking desert too. They had to set up their own little camp.
Yeah, dust and dirt and grime and everything, eh?
Yeah. So it was cool. It was definitely a little bit of a different experience this time, but that's part of the beautiful part about it. And then also really cool is now these things are full of gas, retuned up. Yeah. They're leaving the pits with sometimes a new driver, but more importantly, the vehicle is ready to go. So they are just fucking on it coming out of there.
Yeah. So how long did you stay? I knew you weren't going to stay to the whole thing. Did you stay right to the end? I don't think so, eh?
Oh, hell no. You could have stayed there till fucking midnight. Some people were actually like, you could see they'd been there for days. Because
the racing space is camping. You load up your fifth wheel, your motorhome, your tent, whatever you're taking. You head onto the track. You get there on Johnny. It's the only sport where all the fans arrive a week before the sport does.
Like keep in mind, it's just that we're there for the race.
I know
they're a week before. They're out testing the track.
Oh yeah.
So you got if let's just say we were there 4 days earlier.
Yes.
We might have seen, one of the fucking cars go by, and then one of the chase trucks follow, because they're mapping out, okay, look, if we're going to have a problem, it's going to be here. So the chase trucks are registering. Yes. We better make sure that we have this with us if we have to come to this spot.
That's cool, man. That's cool. That's a lot of fun. That's and what were the crowds like? Was it pretty I don't know, I don't want to say organized, but was everybody behaving properly?
Oh yeah, it's so different here.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, people are out here they're out there to have a fucking good time.
I was just
They're
gonna
smarter.
say,
They're fucking smarter than causing trouble.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So just paint a picture for me. So the Baja there, I gotta think it's less tourism, more locals from California, Baja, right? Like it's not like I'm suspecting it's not like a massive people are influxing from Canada and parts of America to go to the Baja. It's more like a lake place, eh, Johnny? Like I'm using kind of a metaphor.
So that would where we were for sure.
Yeah.
But now let's just say that we went to because they start and they finish in Ensenada. So
okay, yeah.
Then that place, they're probably it would have been probably more like a Super Bowl party.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Coming in and just coming in to party.
Yeah, absolutely. Good morning, Michael Hurst. I see you there in the comments. Good morning, Kindness Rising, New York Ranger. No, we got a military ranger joining us. We got Mr. Kelly joining us this morning. Going to join us here in a few minutes. We got Marty joining us here this morning. Hey, boys, Sterling, Preston, you guys got some stuff for the conversation desk? Because if you do, let's get after it. So me and John and I can tear into a few topics this morning before we welcome in our guests. Let's get it, boys.
Maxon, 21, viral song, record deal, fans rising, and still gone too soon. Tell me again, success equals safety and happiness.
5 years sober, this dude celebrates by running 103 kilometers in 12 hours. Fellas, that is a freedom run. Parents bought a cuddly AI teddy bear for bedtime stories and discovered it was handing out adult content and danger tips instead. Elon's so-called unbiased wiki leans on extremist forums and conspiracy blogs, but sure, tell us again it is less propaganda.
Hey guys, come join the show with us live right now with myself and John here in the mornings in the live community here. You guys can do that right now in the comments. Come join the show. Our second hour, 431-300-3005. Phone lines will be open. Good time when I were texting because Friday, if you guys remember, I was stressed out about the Jeep. Johnny, just a battery. Just a battery. Dude, it saved me like fucking, could have saved me 20, 30, 50, 100 grand on Friday. Like, true story, man.
Well, I guess it's all how you look at that money and the time. You know what I mean? It's like, you see, this has turned into a personal battle for you.
Yes.
How long can I make it last?
Dude, that's exactly it. The guy comes up and he's like, okay, I got some bad news for you. I go, what's that? I go, it's going to cost you about $300 for a battery. This is bad news. Dude, in my head, I was spending 30, 50. I had a conversation with my friend this morning about how stressed out I am about having to go choose what I don't want to buy right now. He's like, what do you mean? I go, I don't really want to buy anything. He goes, I said, no, I don't. He says, well, you're going to have to buy a new battery. I go, perfect. Give me the fucking bill. $300. I'll get the hell out of here.
Multi-millionaire fucking stressed out about spending 30 grand.
Well, no, dude.
It's taken as a compliment.
Thank you. It's the same thing you and I talked about on Friday, is that it hasn't been in my brain to think about what I don't want.
You don't know what if it's okay. Then now the job of getting it fixed was easier than the job of figuring out what the next move was.
Of making yes, exactly.
Yeah, I totally feel that, brother.
Well, here's another analogy.
See, I've already got my next, like, it's time to buy the next car. I didn't know what it is.
Oh, you do know?
Yeah. I always know fucking forever ahead of time what I'm going to buy.
What's your next car going to be?
It's basically it's kind of like the counterpart or the other piece of the tandem for the dynamic duo for the G-Wagon. So I got a G63.
Yeah.
This is an AMG GTR.
Dude, that's pretty fun.
Same exact motor, but it's this little fucking two-door, just fucking, the one where they put the fucking back seat in there that's just barely big enough to put your backpack in, so it has
yeah. You know,
911, you couldn't possibly fucking get anything back there.
So this is what's going to happen right now, nation. If you're paying attention, is a skill, and I'm just going to pat myself on the back. Is a skill of a good host, and here's why. So John and I, we had no intention of having this conversation, but I got to have it because there's some humor wrapping up here. Could you all imagine John getting out of like a little Volkswagen Bug or a little Mini or like a little small? Like I can't envision you.
It's not a little car though. It's just
I know, but I'm painting a picture because it's like me, because you've never met me in person. Like I'm not the biggest man, but it would be like me showing up at your house in the biggest truck possible. And then you're like, oh yeah, Keith's here. And then the door opens, and then this little fucking dwarf gets out of the truck and comes down. No, I put the ladder out first, and I climb down the ladder, and I walk over to you, and you're like, oh, you're Keith? Yeah, I'm Keith. It's just the same thing. Yeah.
You know, when I was young, funny enough.
Yes.
And I was trying to, be who I was trying to become, who I wanted to become.
Yes.
Being big was that was the number one thing at that point.
100%. I remember Lou Ferrigno, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yes.
How big was I?
Yeah.
I did everything to make myself seem bigger, including fucking like I'm trying to think. I drove
you bought small shirts?
I still do that.
Even though even though you're a medium or a large or an extra large.
It's a youth medium, brother.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure you are.
But I would like look when I would buy a car, I would look for like small cars. Literally. You would, because I would. That's how deep it was in my soul to do it.
Oh my God.
It went everywhere. Everywhere.
Well, so it's actually funny because I'm the same thing, and I'm just listening to you talk, but for the opposite. So I would look at like Nation ears up on this one, Petra, and talk like the Pontiac Fiero or like the little sports.
Yeah.
Because I felt like
that I would look at.
Me too, because I thought that it would fit me like a little man.
Dude, like my fucking brother had one of those. His wife had one. I fucking always wanted to borrow it.
Yeah.
Because I felt like it made me look big.
Yeah.
Anything if it was a certain shirt, a pair of pants, it didn't fucking matter. If I thought it made me look big, I was drawn to it. That's the state of mind I lived in.
Yeah.
When I was on my journey. Because everything in my life led back to getting big somehow. That's fucking awesome, man. What a fun story coming out of the blue. What's going on, Marty?
What's going on, guys?
Hey, now that Marty's here, am I blurry? Do I need to drop out?
No, I think you're
time you switch me. Am I not blurry? Okay, good.
No, I think you're good. I think it might just be your glasses are dirty this morning.
Well, you're not blurry, but as long as you guys don't see it, I'm good.
Petro, I like getting at least 300,000 kilometers out of my car. Well, I'm at I think 250 or 269 or whatever it is, so I got some work to do.
300K miles.
The problem with my vehicles, once they're 100,000 miles, I dump them off.
Yeah, you do it because you don't want to chase afterwards.
Well, because they're the fucking, Highline cars, the fucking value goes, and then, you need a new transmission. It's fucking $20,000.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Once the warranty is gone, that's it. Sayonara. It's either 100,000 miles and or whatever clicks first. Warranty or 100,000. Marty, how's the weekend, brother? Be careful with your hands.
Oh yeah, I know Johnny's like, I'm waiting for the young fella to fuck up.
I think you got that one down now, brother. You're not making that mistake again.
No, I had a great weekend, man. Got a lot of content.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Got some rest. And,
you had a fun show on Friday. I popped in for about half an hour, listened to you guys. You in tune?
Oh yeah, man. It was pretty good.
It was pretty good. Yeah.
Thanks for joining.
100%. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I gave Keith some shit this weekend too, John.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I gave Keith some shit this weekend, John.
Yeah, we might have been. Go ahead.
Nah, I was telling Keith the storytelling got better. So
yeah,
now that we're 2 years removed from when I first met Keith, I could tell him how shitty of a storyteller he was 2 years ago.
I think Neiman would nod her head too, because she saw the stuff I was working on. She's like, finally. I was like, I know. It took some confidence. It's the journey. It's the journey.
It's a process, man. So I'll give you some credit.
I appreciate
you're doing great now, brother.
Appreciate that. Speaking of journey, get this. I found a story for us to chew on this morning, guys. Imagine marking 5 years sober by running 103 kilometers in about 12 hours. Guys,
so that turns into what about 40 miles? How many kilometers?
So 80 kilometers an hour is 80 is 50.
How many total kilometers?
103 kilometers. So you're looking at about 60 miles.
That's just over 50 miles. Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, so he went. So his name's Brandon Lacombe. He went from addiction and home. Get this though, this story. I was drawn to the story because transformation. I know we like to talk about transformation, but this guy went from addiction and homelessness to an ultra marathon that became his freedom run. And it would be cool. Hey, Rahima, ears up on this one. It'd be cool to find Brandon and get him onto the show, man, because in rehab, he discovered running and he says he felt most free when he runs. You know, what's interesting is we heard the same thing from our buddy Rich Ingram. He said he found freedom from running too, right? So, but yeah, he did this in 12 hours, I think, over the weekend, which I thought was quite impressive, man. It's a pretty big step. So, Lacombe, congratulations, man. 103-kilometer ultra marathon. But for me, celebrating the fact that he's sober and he ran from his demons. And John, you can relate to this because we talk about it all the time, right? It's removing one addiction and perhaps adopting another, right?
Yeah, addicts are powerful people.
They are, yes. Yeah, depending
and
how you want to frame
think of
that.
Addict as a bad thing. Like we immediately go addict is bad. Many people are addicts, but they never got addicted to something bad.
Yeah. Well, there's something to be said for that, for sure. So here's something quite crazy, man. Chinese toy maker Full of Toys suspended sales of its AI teddy bear on the weekend because the toy was giving unsafe and sexually explicit responses to kids. Yeah, true story. Yeah. So the word kink, Marty, appeared to trigger further content. Here's the thing: how does the word kink even get into the library of this little toy's brain? Like even that,
It must have had some fucking preloaded thing they put in there.
It makes you wonder.
Sure.
It makes you wonder.
They cut some fucking corners. They didn't do it from scratch.
But get this, John, because you're a parent and I'm a parent. Marty, listen to this. During extended chats, this doll would give step-by-step instructions on how adults light matches and described where to find knives, and even taught the kids explicit explanations of fetishes such as bondage, role play, and teacher-student scenarios.
Fuck, man.
So here's the thing.
This was in China.
Yeah, and we're only going to start seeing
Sound like
more.
America to me.
Yeah, I suspect we're only going to start seeing more of this kind of news hitting the world as we continue to adopt.
Well, if somebody doesn't do all the due diligence, of course,
Yes.
it's going to get worse and worse.
True story, 100%. Now here's something else too this morning. It's actually, this is a tragic story, but I wanted to put it on the table because it's an important story. There was a rapper this weekend that died through unlife. Marty, taking a term from somebody you've chosen before. He took his own life. And I bring it up because we're in Men's Mental Health Month. And I know, guys, we are a big fan of not kind of picking a month.
Who was it? Somebody, a rapper that we know?
Yeah, Maxon Margiela. I don't know the fellow, Johnny. He's 21. He's a younger fellow. Marty, I don't know if you're familiar with the fellow, but Maxon Margiela had a viral song, growing fan base. This is not gossip. This is about a young man with talent, momentum, record deal, but somewhere in his journey. And John, Marty, especially you, John, because you and I are all the same age here, have seen enough artists over our time, right, that have gone down a path, and next thing you know, we lose them. And I'm only bringing it up because maybe today, guys, is the day you can send a note to a buddy just to say, hey, we're shaking, just to send out something, right? Marty, send a note to somebody. I got a note last week today, man, thinking about you, which is quite nice. Right. Sometimes I think we all get so busy in our world, we forget about those little. And John, I know you're really diligent with your girls every single morning. Maybe today's the day we reach out to a friend we haven't heard from a while to check on them. That's all. That's all I wanted to put on the table today.
No, absolutely, I agree, man. I hate seeing stuff like that, especially so young.
Yeah.
It's kind of just get to thinking like, how could this have been avoided?
And
I had a friend. It was a girl actually. And she took her life in 2019.
Okay.
And like the day before, I saw her at the gym.
Dude.
I was training my clients. I was nice, said hello, smiled. But what if I would have been like, how you doing today?
Yeah.
What's going on? And I mean, I'm not trying to like beat myself up about it, but it goes a long way,
You know what really rips at my heartstrings, you guys, is the moments like the night before or the day before, like, how low are you in your own self-despair where you're having the thoughts about how you're going to make that decision?
Was there substance involved, or was it a sober deal?
That's a good question, John. Here, I'm just going to pull it up here. Let me see here. I don't
they say about fucking drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
really fucking good at making a little problem really fucking big.
Isn't that true? Isn't that true, right? Because you have something and, next thing you know, a few hours into it, you're
all fucking wound up about something that tomorrow morning you're like, Jesus, what am I doing?
well said. So perhaps even another reason for us all to take some time to reach out today to some friends in our world that we care about. Hey, Season, nice to see you in the comments, brother. Need to fill the God-shaped hole with something positive. Otherwise, I'll get filled back again with negative. None of that, Season. You're hanging out with Keith, John, and Marty this morning. We're having some fun here this morning. And hey, here's something else. So, boys, let's just switch it to some business. So I know we all know who Mr. Beast is. But, Marty, when I tell you this, man, it's going to fucking blow you away. So get this. And I know we're all content creators and we're all making our shit. And, but this guy sets it to another level. This guy tests 100 plus thumbnail options before publishing a single video.
Well, you got it down, man.
Fuck.
He sends out a thumbnail. Get this, though. He spends $3 million per video. He sends his thumbnails out to 451,000 of his subscribers to test. In other words, before the video even goes live, he's already predicted its success. And I bring it up because we're continue to move into a world where everybody can make content because the tools are so easy. But guys, this is really about a system and not talent. And it goes to what we're doing here on the show, right? Like systems beat vibes, right? And John, if you didn't have systems, the success you've had in your life wouldn't exist. It's the same thing with Mr. Beast. He's not just like, okay, let's just pick this topic and put it out there. It's the same thing with you. You test, and then you're so testing. You're like, okay, by the time you got to the point where it was real, you're like, real? I've been doing this for a fucking year. And that to me was the story here, Johnny.
Yeah, the systems are everything. Right. Well, this weekend, my right-hand man was here.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And a few different times we'd be sitting, a few feet away from each other.
Yeah.
Alarm on my phone would go off. And I go, hey, blah, 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 ask him a quick question. He'd spit back the answer, done. And people kind of saw this and didn't think that it would happen. He would, an alarm, his head would go off. He would do it to me. And right by the second day, people are like, what the fuck's going on here? I said, this is us fucking taking care of something really fucking quick is what it is.
That's pretty
normally
cool,
that's
man.
that little thing, that little blop blop is a text.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just, everything is just so fucking ding, ding, ding. And, at one point I actually knew what time it was, like to the T, the alarm went off. And he didn't even approach me. I just said, but
this to me, again, is the power of bring it back, nation, going to the gym. The gym is what teaches you these things. I'm sorry, but it's just because it's the simple going to the bench, going to the squat rack, Marty, going to the dumbbell rack and doing the reps that become so repetitive that when it comes to perform time, you've done it so often. And I think that's what humans miss out, in my opinion anyways, about the power of the gym, Marty.
Yeah, I want to add something. I was just listening to something recently.
Yeah.
Big time content creator Anton Daniels was basically talking about how he goes the extra mile with his content. That's why he's got to 1 million subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah.
He basically said on his vacation, 75% of the time, he's doing something for business. He's doing some type of content creation or something. And then he brought up like Kobe and Michael and, how much work they put in behind the scenes. And now when I see someone big time like Mr. Beast, I just automatically assume they're doing something extra that most people don't do to maintain that success. You know what I mean?
100%. Right. I'll be the first person to admit that, I'm watching what that guy. If I want to be as successful as Jimmy Donaldson, maybe I should pay attention to some of those things. No different than when John's like, I want to do this. I'm going to go find the greatest guy who's doing it. Right. Yep. We find somebody to go and mirror them. Right. Hey, John Kelly, I see you there. PK Kelly, I see you there in the green room, brother. We'll bring you in a quick second here. From Ranger raids to rescuing Americans, the Afghan withdrawal story you never heard. We got John P. Kelly joining us in a couple of moments here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Johnny,
I want to circle back to what you're saying about the gym teaches these things. I think people can be a little bit confused with how you phrase that. You're correct, but it's one step deeper.
Thank you.
In the regards that the gym teaches you the discipline.
Yes.
To go to the bench or do this or do that or do that. Kind of like the discipline of that little story that I told.
Yes.
Those little tiny things that don't seem like much create massive efficiency. And so
And
when you develop discipline in the gym, you can apply that discipline to anything in your life.
So true, Marty.
I think that discipline from the gym. I was talking to some people about this. Why kids need to be active. I think that discipline from the gym or any activity of physical pain, that's going to teach you more than anything else, in my opinion, because it's so uncomfortable, right? And naturally, humans, we want to run away from that.
Yes.
So on top of the discipline, I think that physical pain is adding an extra layer to go a little deeper, Johnny, just to make us more disciplined people.
Which is learning to be very comfortable in uncomfortable situations.
Well, this is why I'm so passionate about a live show and a live time commitment show, because it's really easy to roll over, hit snooze button, and say I'll do the podcast a little later today. Then the day gets ahead of you, and then the day happens, and you haven't got the podcast. Okay, I'm going to do it tomorrow, Marty. And then a week goes by. Next thing you know, you've stopped doing your podcast. But yet, when you have a commitment to the gym or a discipline of doing this live show, saying how I'll be here every single day, 8:00. Well, there's a commitment to that. I think it's the same thing you teach yourself, right? There's kind of no excuses. There's no room for excuses. You know who doesn't have any excuses? The fellow with the green room here. We got someone who went from jumping out of planes. Boys, you guys got about 90 seconds if you want to step away. Johnny, you can do a little blurry reset if you want to do a quick little reset here. We got someone who went from jumping out of planes to size enemy airfields to, wait for it, remodeling kitchens. No, we don't have Vanilla Ice here on the show, because we know Vanilla Ice went from being on stage to remodeling kitchens. We got somebody who went from jumping out of planes to sizing enemy airfields to remodeling kitchens and running covert rescue operations. Jimmy, let's run the opener.